Stop. Before you book that flight, before you sip that espresso, before you even think about tossing a coin in the Trevi Fountain, you need to hear this. You've seen the beauty of Rome, the Colosseum, the history. But what if I told you that in the shadow of those ancient ruins, a billion-dollar criminal industry is waiting to empty your pockets and ruin your dream vacation? We're talking more than just pickpockets. We're talking elaborate cons, sophisticated tricks, and a level of deception that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about travel safety. From the gladiator photo trap to the accidental spillage con, you are a walking target. In this video, I'm going to expose the top 10 most brutal tourist scams in Rome, the ones the guidebooks won't tell you about, and give you the exact word-for-word scripts and body language hacks you need to shut them down and keep your trip awesome. If you want the dream trip, not the nightmare, stick around, because this is the ultimate masterclass in street smarts. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Umair Chaudhary, and here on Best Places to Visit, we don't just show you the world, we show you how to master it. Today's video is one of the most critical we've ever done. Rome, it's the eternal city, a place of staggering history, art, and food. For many of you in the US, this is a once-in-a-lifetime journey, and my number one goal is to make sure your memories are priceless, not painful. The truth is, high-volume tourist areas are magnets for professional scammers. These aren't just desperate people. They are well-organized criminal enterprises that prey on fatigue, distraction, and the kindness of strangers. They exploit your desire to be polite, your difficulty with the local language, and your jet lag. We are covering everything today. We're going beyond the typical watch your wallet advice. We'll be breaking down the psychology behind these scams, how to identify the red flag phrases and nonverbal cues that precede an attack, and my personal tested strategies for walking through the most dangerous zones with complete confidence. We've divided this masterclass into 4 critical parts. Part 1, the classic and most common scams. Part 2, the high-tech and advanced scams. Part 3, the unconventional and situation-based scams. Part 4, your bulletproof scammer-proof strategy. This is a long video because the stakes are high. Consider this your travel PhD in street smarts. Grab a notepad, hit that like button, and let's make sure your Roman holiday is nothing less than legendary. Let's start with the classic cons, the ones that are the bread and butter of street theft. These scams rely on distracting you for literally 3 seconds. Part 1, the classic and most common scams. 1, the dropped item or spillage. Distraction, the setup. A scammer accidentally drops something or bumps into you, spilling a liquid on your shirt or bag. They immediately become overly apologetic, insisting on helping you clean it off. The psychology, they force your eyes and hands down to the mess, creating a diversion. While you're focused on the stain, their accomplice is expertly lifting your wallet or phone. How to avoid the zero contact rule. Never let them clean you. If someone spills something on you, immediately say, "I'm fine, thank you." Secure your belongings by hugging your bag and walk away quickly without stopping. Do not engage. You know the con. They know you know. Point 2, the fake petition or charity sign up. The setup, often groups of young people holding clipboards. They approach you near major attractions asking you to sign a petition for the disabled or some other charity. The psychology, they exploit the politeness of US travelers. While your attention is fixed on the clipboard and their conversation, their partner subtly dips into your open backpack or pockets. How to avoid the universal no method. Maintain walking momentum. Do not stop. Do not make eye contact. If they get close, use a clear, firm, nonverbal cue. Shake your head and hold up your hand in a firm stop gesture while continuing to walk. Never, ever touch the clipboard. Point 3, the friendship bracelet / rose seller. Trap the setup. Aggressive vendors near key landmarks. They might try to tie a free bracelet around your wrist or shove a single rose into your hand or purse. The psychology, once the item is attached or in your possession, they aggressively demand an exorbitant payment, creating a scene and applying public pressure. How to avoid the invisible barrier. Treat them like static. Walk with purpose. If they manage to grab your wrist, loudly and clearly say no and pull your hand away immediately. Do not engage in a conversation about the price. Part 2, the high-tech and advanced scams. Now, we move into the more sophisticated territory. Scams that can cost you hundreds or thousands. Point 4, the out-of-service or fake ATM helper scam. The setup, a scammer loiters near a public ATM, claiming the machine is broken, and diverts you to a rigged one or offers to help shoulder surfing your PIN. Another variation involves placing a skimmer device over the card slot. The psychology. This capitalizes on the traveler's urgency to get cash and their unfamiliarity with European banking technology. How to avoid. Only use ATMs inside actual banks during business hours. Use the shield and scan method. Always shield your PIN entry with your other hand and physically check the machine for loose parts before inserting your card. Point 5. The rogue/fake taxi and meter malfunction scam the setup. Unlicensed taxi drivers at the airport or train stations who either claim their meter is broken or demand an absurd fixed-price fare far exceeding the official flat rates. The psychology, jet lag, disorientation, and a language barrier make tourists accept whatever is offered just to reach their hotel. How to avoid. Rule number 1. Only use official, white, licensed taxis with a taxi sign. Know the official fixed fare from the airport to the city center before you leave the U.S. If the driver refuses to use the meter for a city ride, get out immediately. Point 6. The broken change vendor con, shops and restaurants. The setup. You pay a small bill with a large denomination note. The vendor quickly pockets the note and gives you change back for a smaller note, insisting you only handed them the lesser amount. The psychology, speed, confidence, and the tourist's unfamiliarity with the euro currency. They rely on your embarrassment to challenge them. How to avoid. The verbal confirmation rule. When handing over the money, clearly and loudly state the value. Here is a €50 note. Hold the note out until they verbally acknowledge it. Always ask for a receipt. See. Part 3. The unconventional and situation-based scams. These are the ones that catch even the savvy travelers off guard because they play on fear and authority. Point 7. The fake police/plainclothes officer. Check the setup. 2 people approach you, flash a fake badge, and claim they're police investigating counterfeit money or drug use. They demand to see your wallet and ID for inspection. The psychology. They use the authority figure to make you comply. Their goal is to remove the cash while your attention is on their investigation. How to avoid. The station demand. Never hand over your wallet or ID in the street. Politely but firmly say, "I am happy to cooperate, but we must do this at the nearest police station." A real officer will agree. A scammer will immediately back down and disappear. Point 8. The tourist photo scam, the gladiators or costume characters. The setup. Costume characters near major photo op spots aggressively pose with you without asking for permission. They then demand an exorbitant fee for the service. The psychology. They use physical proximity and public setting intimidation to force payment. How to avoid. Total physical distance. If they approach, immediately put your phone/camera away and walk toward a crowd or uniformed security. Never let them touch you or your camera. Point 9. The restaurant menu bait and switch. The no menu con. The setup. Restaurants near major sites pressure you into ordering food or wine without a printed menu, claiming they have special daily specials. When the bill arrives, the prices are massively inflated. The psychology, exploiting hunger, exhaustion, and embarrassment over asking for prices in a foreign setting. How to avoid. Mandatory menu rule. Always see a printed menu with prices clearly listed before you sit down or order. If they refuse to provide one, leave immediately. If the bill seems wrong, politely but firmly ask for an itemized breakdown. Part 4. Your bulletproof scammer-proof strategy. You've learned the scams. Now, let's synthesize this knowledge into a few non-negotiable rules for a stress-free trip. Point 10. General security and mindset. The gray man/woman strategy. Don't look like a mark. Avoid walking with a giant map out, flashing expensive electronics or jewelry, or constantly looking lost. Project confidence and alertness. The travel gear hack. Invest in quality anti-theft bags. Carry a decoy wallet with small bills and expired cards in an easily accessible pocket, keeping your real valuables hidden. The 3 C's of scams. Calm, confident, continuous motion. Scammers seek easy targets. By projecting these 3 C's, you make yourself a high-risk target, and they will move on. The power of NO. Do not worry about being polite to a scammer. Your safety and your wallet are more important than their feelings. Affirm immediate NO is your most powerful tool. All right, my friends. You've just completed your advanced training. You now possess the knowledge, the scripts, and the mindset to walk the streets of Rome not as a target, but as a seasoned traveler. Remember this. Confidence is the ultimate anti-scam gear. The scammers look for hesitation. They look for distraction. By being prepared, you rob them of their opportunity. Your Roman holiday deserves to be filled with pasta, history, and incredible memories. Not police reports. If this video saved you even one headache or €1, please do me a massive favor and hit that like button. It helps this critical information reach more American travelers who need to stay safe. Which scam surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one, and your real-life experiences help the whole community. Thanks for watching. Travel smart, travel safe, and I'll see you in the next one.